Hello, welcome to CaseBasix. The objective of this video is to help you understand structuring, challenges students face, and how you can overcome these challenges. Management consulting firms solve ambiguous problems and need an organized approach to manage the abstract nature of the problems they face. A structure, in the context of management consulting, is an organized approach. It demonstrates to the clients that the firm is being efficient. Similarly, in a case, the structure addresses the problem in a systematic way, and a good structure demonstrates organization at a strategic level. It also streamlines your case performance and helps in time management. Even though structuring is extremely important to success in case interviews, candidates struggle to master this skill. We have seen that 73% of candidates do not know how to build fit-for-purpose structures, and a whopping 90% of students feel that their structures are weak. Aspirants most probably fail because of the following reasons. They are not accustomed to structured thinking, and they do not know how to attain that capability. We recognize these challenges and we can help you improve. Before we go into a detailed explanation of the CaseBasix solution set, let's have a side conversation about the general understanding of structuring in the case prep world. Now, we know what you are thinking. I have tried something in the past and it did not work. I have tried other content that didn't pan out too well. We understand your concerns and we would like to address them. Top-tier consulting firms require that candidates build bespoke structures. That is the end goal we at CaseBasix would like you to achieve. Where candidates fail is when they memorize complete structures and regurgitate those regardless of the client context. The reason is that candidates don't know any better and use a plethora of low-quality information and inaccurate instructions. Sometimes they use another case partner's secret source or a casebook's generic advice. Ultimately, candidates get confused. We do not recommend this approach. The CaseBasix approach is different. Our proprietary approach is organized and was developed by experienced ex-MBB consultants who are passionate about education. It utilizes templates. Templates are shell structures and only provide an advantageous starting position. That means you need to fill this shell with context to build an actual structure that applies to the client's situation. There is a good reason to utilize templates. Templates help because they save candidates valuable time that can be used to gather context. This is a complex concept, but CaseBasix will teach you how to use templates and build fit-for-purpose structures that will wow the interviewers. We have seen that once our candidates achieve mastery, they generally get a lot more comfortable with this concept and become very creative with structures. They seamlessly transition from a problem statement to a full-fledged bespoke structure. Our approach will help you adopt structuring in 3 steps. Utilize MG case matrix, apply CaseBasix templates, and add context to these templates to build bespoke structures. The MG case matrix helps answer one fundamental question. How does this problem impact our client? Our matrix has 3 categories of questions. Client has a problem, find it and fix it. Client wants to defend their position, and client wants to explore. We created 8 templates for these categories, which we will explain in a minute. So let's start. The first category is, there is a problem, fix it. We would like to give you some context before getting into the details. For simplicity's sake, think of a simple for-profit business as a set of variables: profit, revenue, costs, and so on. Each variable has an ideal direction the CEO would like it to go in. For example, profits and revenues should ideally go up and costs should ideally go down. Anything other than the ideal is an issue. However, in life, ideal is a low probability scenario. So when a variable behaves in a way that is different from ideal, then the first step is to understand why it dropped, then find the root causes and fix those causes. The template or shell structure for this category of question is as follows. We recommend keeping the first bucket because generally there are details that need clarifications beyond the initial questions that are asked as part of the case opening. The second bucket views symptoms and ranks root causes. Symptoms can generally be found in financials or other documents. You will need to look for the root causes because that is where the third bucket will focus. Fixing symptoms or surface level causes is not advisable. Anticipate drilling down a few layers to get to the root causes. The third bucket focuses on finding solutions to the root causes. You can also delve in execution, next steps depending on how much time is left in a case. The second category is a situation when the client needs to defend their turf against a perceived threat to their profit stream. Anything that can negatively impact the profit stream is a potential threat that needs to be investigated and in some cases neutralized. The template or shell structure for this category of question is as follows. We recommend keeping the first bucket because generally there are details that need clarifications beyond the initial questions that are asked as part of a case opening. The second bucket is analysing the impact of the threat if the threat were to materialise. There is a quantitative and qualitative aspect. Quantitative aspect is the financials and qualitative aspects are things like brand, reputation, loyalty, etc. that could impact future P&L. The third bucket focuses on finding adequate responses to the threat. The third category is a broad spectrum. This makes it challenging to develop one template or shell structure for all of the questions. We did the next best thing and built 6 subcategories. The details of each specific question might vary, but at a higher level it makes sense to cluster these templates. The first is increase or decrease a variable like profits, revenues, costs, etc. We have preserved the first bucket to capture more detailed questions about the situation. The second bucket delves into increasing or decreasing the variable in organic or inorganic ways. Once you identify methods to, say, increase revenues, then in the third bucket you can discuss specifics of execution, risks or opportunities you might encounter, and how to mitigate or capitalize on them respectively. Please keep in mind that this category is different than the first question type, which was find a problem and fix it. In this category, the company is generally satisfied with the variables. The profits and revenues did not fall, the costs did not rise, so there is no problem per se to find and fix. The company just wants to optimize these variables. They want to do better. There are subtle differences in prompts that CaseBasix case opening will help you identify. Many candidates wrongly try to find problems and go down rabbit holes. The second is changing prices. This is a specialized version of the first subcategory. However, companies don't just increase or decrease prices on whims. They conduct a full analysis to check how either path impacts their bottom line. Hence, we categorize this as a separate type. There are subtle nuances that you will need to be aware of. We discuss these in private sessions with our students. The third is branching out to something new, for example, launching a new product, launching a new business, entering a new market, etc. This category involves understanding the situation in detail. We highly recommend spending an adequate time up front to get a deep enough understanding of the product, its uses, advantage, features, etc., or a new business, what makes it attractive, etc. The second bucket deals with the financial analysis. We recommend keeping it simple and calculating the ROI ratio to check if this is a profitable venture. The supporting non-financial data serves as an input into the financials. We delve into details in our private sessions with our students. In the third bucket, you can discuss specifics of execution, risks you foresee, or opportunities you might encounter and how to mitigate or capitalize on them respectively. The fourth is when a company wants to merge or acquire with another company. This could be vertical or horizontal integrations. In the first bucket, we recommend spending enough time to understand the two companies and the current status. The second bucket focuses on the synergies that are needed to make this profitable. Essentially, you want to compare the P&Ls and see where the uptick is. There needs to be a match that warrants a symbiotic relationship in a merger or a significant uptick in current or future profits for an acquisition. The third bucket deals with execution to materialize the benefits, including post-merger integration. The fifth is options analysis. This is when a company wants to conduct a cost-benefit analysis on various options. This type of question warrants its own structure because it is so common. This keeps this question type in focus. In the first bucket, spend time understanding the options. We cannot stress this enough. Many candidates rush through this step just to struggle in bucket 2. In bucket 2, you are expected to build an ROI for each option. We recommend conducting an ROI calculation because you can compare ratios. The interviewer might have another KPI she would like you to calculate. In the third bucket, you can discuss specifics of execution, manage risks you foresee, or capitalize on opportunities you might encounter. The sixth is when a PE firm decides to invest or acquire another firm. This is different than a company doing this. PE firms generally want to buy distressed businesses, rapidly grow them while cutting costs, and then exit in 3 to 5 years. A PE firm owns the company but does not integrate into it. On the other hand, a company buys another company generally for its assets, competencies, etc. to build value in the medium to long term. In this question type, focus on understanding the business and the P&L of the target company in the first bucket. In the second bucket, focus on the P&L and how you can grow the profits by at least 20% per year for the next 3 to 5 years, in turn increasing the valuation of the company and making it ripe for a sale or an IPO. These should cover most of the questions. We go through the more advanced question types with our students in the mastery phase of the prep process. These concepts are new and they take a bit of time to absorb. In summary, you need 3 things to adopt structuring: a clear problem statement, MG case matrix templates, and apply context to build bespoke structures. We covered quite a bit of content. Feel free to watch this video multiple times. We have solved a few questions so you can understand our approach. You can also sharpen your skills by practicing structuring exercise questions. We hope this video was helpful. Check out our other videos and content on our website at CaseBasix.com. Thanks for watching.